Well, hello out there. I am Tashtari, and this is my internet television program. As before, I think that this stream so far has won the award for least smooth start to a stream ever. I was sort of scrambling around to try and rearrange my desk so that it could contain not one, not two, not three, but four keyboards, which is no easy task, especially when your desk is not exactly, gigantic or anything like that. Um, Welcome, Brungo, and congratulations on first. I forgot actually that you were in office today. I'm glad that you're able to watch. Um, let's see, what else do we have to cover today? I am reaching through a small cubby hole between my microphone and two of the keyboards to access the mouse of my streaming box. It's a bit, as they say, scuffed. Yeah, four. There's the one for my streaming box, the one for my Windows PC, which I refuse to give up, even though it's too old to receive updates anymore. The one for the Steam Deck, and one for my classic Mac system that I use for testing things. That one's off to the side, so it doesn't really count, but it sounds more impressive to say four than three. Let's see. So first goes to Brungo. Not a lot of competition today, apparently. I was still having intermittent controller issues. I tried yesterday to do a little playing around, see if I could reproduce the issue and troubleshoot it a little bit. But of course, it behaved perfectly fine with the PS2 controller, no less, not the Xbox controller. I didn't do much because I didn't want to do very much streaming or playing offline. But I did go to, oh gosh, what's the name of that planet? Shattered Bastion or something like that. I can never remember it. I keep wanting to call it Hollow Bastion, but that's a little too Kingdom Hearts for anybody's taste. Um, it was saying that there was more to explore at the site of the escape pod, and I found out that that was because there was a a bit of lore on the floor near the escape pod that I hadn't read. It's basically saying we crash landed here. Glad everyone's all right. Um, we need to find shelter beneath the surface, likely from all of the meteors. Outer Wilds got a patch today, so maybe that will fix it. I saw that. It's possible, but I feel like like hoping for well, you know what? Let's try it. Let's plug in the controller and see how far we get. If not, I have the mouse and keyboard here to fall back on. Okay, that's all of my USB ports in use. Should be an achievement for that. Oh, speaking of achievement, I got the achievement Gone in 60 Seconds for dying in 60 seconds of waking up. I guess we know how that happened. But anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Best experience with a gamepad. So you keep telling me. I guess we'll find out. I wonder if it's my imagination or if the gasps are getting gaspier when I wake up. Let's Poland into space. Yep, looks like the control stick is working this time. We'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, let's head back to Brittle Hollow. That's the name of it. Not Shattered Hollow, not Shattered Bastion. Where is it? There it is. Nope, that's Timber Hearth. There we go. It'd be really cool if I didn't pilot myself into the flaming volcanic moon. Okay, now what should we choose as our site for landing? Maybe this, since we're right below it. Since it's right below us, rather. There we go. Perfect landing. I'm trying to remember if this was the place that I went to before when I was exploring that other area, the name of which escapes me. Actually, let's go back to the ship and play a little bit with the ship's log so that I can put something on the heads-up display. Rumor mode. The Hanging City, that's what I was thinking of. Because it's telling me the Hanging City, excuse me, has more associated with it, and we can look, and can I locate these other places on the HUD? Does it know where they are? No, they're just rumored entries. So this rumored entry, the Nomai survivors who crashed on Brittle Hollow climbed down the cliff to a shelter site below the surface. That would be nice to find if I could, but I don't know where it is. So let's try Hanging City as a destination and see where that takes us. Trying to remember what this writing says. Oh yes, the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. How's it Hanging City? That's the question, isn't it? Yeah, this is where I was. This is where I went before to get to the Hanging City. I think. Or was it? I'm suddenly having doubts. What I remember about this place is that I took some tractor beams to a place, and then I tried to use those same tractor beams to get back, and I died for reasons unapparent. Or I fell into a black hole, which is the same thing, really. It's not quite the same thing as dying. I'm just instantly teleported to a place that is dangerously far from my ship and any place where I can breathe or for that matter explore. It's pointing into the planet, 350 some odd meters. I'm gonna go back to the ship and see what the bird's eye view is on the subject. because I think I chose the wrong landing spot. There you are. One thing that I would like to be more comfortable with is controlling how I orbit the planet beneath me. It's possible to do, and I'm sort of doing it, but I'm also kinda not. I'm being quiet because I'm concentrating. Is this the spot we want? I think it might be. Let's try it. Okay. Okay, 167 meters down. That's a little bit more attainable, I think. It'd be nice if it showed me the entry point to the Hanging City, but I suppose you can't have everything. Okay, so it's looking like it's directly beneath me at this point, because I can't get that number to go below 126. Ooh, yes, I can. Okay, so this looking at your feet approach doesn't seem to be helping me any. Now, there was a slate of some kind associated with this thing. Boy, that's unsettling. But it doesn't seem to be here anymore if it was before. Or maybe this is the one that didn't have Ah, okay. There's a tractor beam here. That seems promising. It's going in the wrong direction, however. I could remove that scroll, but there's not really a point because I don't have any other scrolls to put in its place. How did I get down there before? The Hanging City. Okay, so I am in the right place. The Hanging City is below 50 meters. To our friends on Brittle Hollow, I just warped you from the blah blah blah. Okay, you've seen this before. I must have walked some distance from here and found a way into the, I found a way under the surface. Let me restock oxygen, and then I'll try something like that again. That's not what I wanted to have happen. There we go. One day I'm going to get back here, and it's going to have been destroyed by a meteor. And then I'll die of lack of oxygen, but that'll be fine. Because we're in a time where things like that don't matter. It's not a very comfortable place to be. Ooh. I think this is probably bad. Yep, we fell into a black hole again. Good news is my controller is still working. Look at it go. Let's just accelerate into this thing. There doesn't seem to be any other real way out. Come on, consume me already. That's interesting. Usually it can't consume me quick enough. That's different. I have been able to fall into these things before. I'm sure that I have. I don't think I have enough fuel to fall into the sun. Yeah. Kind of wish there was a quicker way to reset the loop than this. Gasp. One thing I noticed that the signal scope is of less interest now, or it seems to be at least of less interest than it used to be, because we found all of the instrument people except for harmonica guy, who we know is stuck somewhere on the disturbingly organic planet. And every time we try to find him, we get eaten, so... Autopilot, what are you doing? Zing! Okay. Okay. So last time we fell into a black hole. Let's hope that we landed, I guess, on more stable ground than that this time. I'm a little disoriented, but that's what the mini-map is for. Maybe I shouldn't say that the signal scope is completely uninteresting. Let me get it out. There's harmonica guy. Quantum fluctuations. They're a little too far away for the moment. Distress beacon. That'll just take us back to Escape Pod 1, which we've already fully explored. So let's not bother with that. Here before? Whoops. No, we've already read this. Realizing I don't have the hanging city on my heads-up display anymore. So rectify that before we continue. Oops. Wrong planet. It'd be nice if it gave me like a location on the planet map, because that can tell me where I am on the planet, but it doesn't show me where my destination is. All right, well, let's walk in a direction and see where we get. Here's the thing. Oops. Well, there go my calves. Oh, this is the steps of knowledge. Let's go explore here more. Just in case I was wrong and this is the entry point to it. To the Hades. This is the one I couldn't go up before, isn't it? Yeah. options. Doesn't. What does this say? The Southern Observatory, south 550 meters. I don't think I've gone down there before. Wrong direction. So there's two places I could go here. There's this fast-moving one that appears to be leading... Oh, let's try it. Wrong decision. Oops. Well, I survived. Unfortunately, these things are now going in the wrong direction. And do I have a switch here? I don't see one. At least in this area. Oop. What was that? Oh, right, these gravity crystal things. Be nice if they led somewhere, but I don't think they do. Yes, gravity crystals are very cool and everything, but, there we go. Okay, I feel a bit stuck here. Oh, damn it, I did it again. Stop. What's over there? Well, I got nothing to lose. Just made it. Okay. That's not what you want. Okay, nothing here. What about there? Okay, made it. Uh-oh. It's a good thing that didn't hit me. I can see why they call the place Brittle Hollow anyway. the surface from here? I bet I can't. Should I try? That ledge looks like my best bet if I'm gonna try it. Here we go. Not even close. Send me into that thing, not the black freaking. Oh well, at least I haven't got long before I run out of oxygen. Still can't fall into this thing. I swear I could before. A white hole is certainly what it looks like. I mean, what you're saying makes sense, but at the same time, I was definitely able to enter the white hole before, and bring about a quicker demise, unless I'm completely imagining things. Gasp. Nothing new from him. I find myself curious again about what caused the game over to happen while I was on this planet. I was in the zero G cave. I don't think I was doing anything of, planet level apocalyptic proportions. I was just having trouble jumping out of a hole. And the game ended, and I still don't know why. But nah, into space. To Brittle Hollow. It's definitely pointing below that area that I landed before. But the way to enter there is still not obvious. Does this structure have anything to do with getting below? No, this is the one that I was in before. Ugh, okay. I think I'm getting close to the point where I want to break my no-help rule. Because I feel like I'm just going in circles at this point, trying to get back to the Hanging City. So, Brungo, if you want to give me a slight nudge here, I would not be averse. This thing definitely looks like a wine rack. Gotta get under the crust, which you can pretty much do at all the equatorial locations. Okay. Equatorial locations, that's true. I have been mostly sticking to the poles because there's stuff to see there. So we'll try an equatorial location. Rye EC. Rebeck says the Hanging City is just north of him. Ah, okay. Right, how did I get to... Alright, well, let me try looking for an equatorial location to start with and see how far that gets me. Hey, Eminem, welcome. Thank you for the good luck. I think I will probably need it. What? I'm American. Yes, I am. Did that come as a surprise to you? You thought I would have a deep British accent of some kind. Nope. Nope, I am American. Something freedom. Alright, now let's see where Rebeck is. That one nearly hit me. Rebeck is 202 meters from here, downward. Congratulations on being a streamer. Thank you. I feel like the definition is a little bit loose in my case, but I'll take it. Okay, this is the village where the ghost matter was. We've already explored that. They should really remake this game. Interesting perception. In what way? Do you think that it is unmastered at the moment? Let's see if I can get a little closer to where Rebeck is. Huh. Looks like I was pretty close. Let's land on this ledge and see what happens. 376 meters below. I might be doing better at this game if I didn't have such a horrible sense of direction, which is a problem for me in real life as well. If it weren't for Google Maps, I would be perpetually lost. You think if they added in a roster of about 20 more characters, a dinosaur man, cold man, woman, fireman, American man, boxer man, people like that, ported this baby to Xbox, included a 2.5D fighting game mode, arcade story, competitive, practice the works, renamed it to Killer Instinct, and dumped all the currently implemented content, it'd be a great product. Now you see, thinking like that is how Sonic Adventure came about. You know, what if we took Sonic but added a driving game, a fishing game, what else did they have in there? A treasure hunting game, a shooting game, I don't know. Too many genres all in one, is the point. Okay, now we're overlooking the ledge. Really kind of frustrates me that the jetpack isn't fuely enough to get me over to, like, if I saw Rebec was over there somewhere. Sonic fans seem to consider that the best Sonic game made since Sonic Adventure. Consider which the best Sonic game made since Sonic Adventure. Sonic fans seem to consider that Sonic Adventure is the best Sonic game made since Sonic Adventure. I mean, Sonic Adventure wasn't made since Sonic Adventure, so that can't be a tautology. I was about to say that it was, but I don't think it is. You don't understand best since. I'm trying to say it's the best one since it came out. You're trying to say that Sonic Adventure is the best Sonic game since Sonic Adventure came out. And what I'm saying is the logical error from that is that Sonic Adventure didn't come out after Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure came out at exactly the same time, down to the very minute and second, as Sonic Adventure. Hi, Nightster. Did I ever play Star Citizen? I have not played Star Citizen. I think that this is the first game that I've played that involves space in such a big way. I'm assuming that Star Citizen does. Visual Eminem, you're getting confused. Well, that makes two of us. So. Also, welcome in, Nightster. Make yourself comfortable. Don't kill myself next time I fall into the black hole. The devs aren't that cruel. I'm confused. I don't feel like I have any option other than to kill myself when falling into the black hole, because it just sort of teleports me off into the middle of space somewhere. But wrong about that? I'm suddenly curious. Brungo would be a backseating Betty for this game. He's been doing very well. I don't think that he has seemed at all backseaty. It took him an entire stream to point out to me that my controller wasn't working, which I think is a significant achievement. And yes, I did not know that my controller wasn't working. You're here checking Outer Wilds by someone who you recommended Star Citizen 2. You're a notorious lurker, so you'll stick around but will probably be passively listening. That is perfectly fine. I am happy to have you. I am going to try and see what Brungo is talking about and just jump into the black hole and see if I can somehow do something useful instead of just dying. So there I am. You can't swing a dead cat in Star Citizen without hearing about Elite Dangerous. It's funny, the reason that I'm playing this game is because you can't swing a dead cat in Return of the Obra Dinn without somebody mentioning Outer Wilds. And thusly here I am, for better or for worse. So I'm quite far away from my ship, which would be the thing I would want to get back to. Wait a second, did the sun just blow up? What's happening? Return of the Obra Dinn is that game by Papers, Please, by Lucas Pope, the dev of Papers, Please. Yeah. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. It's actually the game by which I found Brungo's stream in the first place. Some, 2 years ago? Close to 2 years ago. So here we are back at the beginning of the time loop, and I'm fairly sure that the sun just blew up. Why did that happen? You're very sorry. What is what called again? A Return of the Obra Dinn. Yeah. No need to be sorry. We're all friends here. Yes, there are no space hijinks in Return of the Obra Dinn. Return of the Obra Dinn is a I mean, some people call it a murder mystery. It's not really a murder mystery. It's a mysterious death and mystery. There were 60 people on this ship that then returned to its port of departure without anyone alive on it. And your job is, as an insurance investigator, to figure out what happened to all of them. And it's very, very good. It makes you feel clever on a fairly regular basis, which is something that I like in the game. This game, by contrast, is making me feel like an idiot. I'm still stuck on the fact that I just watched the sun blow up. I mean, that seems to be the sort of thing that ought to affect a person. But by all means, check it out. It's a very good game. I can't recommend it highly enough. Star Citizen reminds you a lot of Star Wars Galaxy, how you could earn money from more than just combat by working as a smuggler, a freight hauler, entertainer, how you purchase and customize ships which could have multiple stations. You'd need multiple people to man. It sounds like it has depth. I mean, I think that was Elite's big thing back in its original form, was that you could do various things in a universe that was too big to fit on a floppy disk, so they sort of generated it procedurally. I think we're a little too close to the South Pole to find anywhere interesting. Procedural generation is the work of the devil. I thought that it was the work of Will Wright, the guy from Maxis. He's never gonna live that down, the poor guy. The whole thing where he was talking about Spore back before it was released, and he basically said the word procedural every 5 words or something in his speech. I mean, it's understandable that he was excited, of course, but it's still... I thought that Spore's deal was that it ended up promising a lot more than it could deliver. Well, EA has so many properties, I guess, because they buy every company they come across. Okay, this looks promising. I haven't been here before. I mean, I have been here before. I'm sure I have. But I haven't been here recently. You're worried Dragon Age 4 will be bad. What makes you worried that Dragon Age 4 will be bad? They released a trailer, and while it was all just cinematically, it looked weak. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. The trailer's what has to look good, though, otherwise people won't buy it. And since all the writers and the like who've been at BioWare since KOTOR and Baldur's Gate aren't there anymore. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I think I'm headed the wrong direction. Yay, oxygen. Okay, this is looking familiar. They changed the name from Dreadwolf to the Veilguard. I think Dreadwolf sounds better even if they're both bad. That's fair. They both have this sort of attempted badass sounding vibe to them, I think. Ooh. Okay, I see a place that I want to get to. It's not far off, but I can't figure out how to get there yet. All the best titles are real words, not in universe terms. Oh, Dreadwolf and Veilguard are real compound words. Like Lord of the Rings is a way better title than the Silmarillion. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. So, Tashtari, what brings you to streaming? Mostly the fact that I promised Brungo, who was here earlier, that I would play Outer Wilds on stream. I've done enough watching of Twitch that I've started to form opinions of what I like and don't like in a stream, and I figured I would at least try to be the good things and not the bad things, in my own opinion, and see whether I enjoy it, how far it gets me, that kind of thing. And so far I am enjoying myself. It's gotten me back into gaming in a way that I haven't been into it recently. Can I just jump into the center of this? Let's try. Oops. Okay, let's let the jetpack recharge. There we go. Okay, now we're on solid ground. For some definition of the word solid. The Southern Observatory. Okay, we've been there before. Or we've seen the outside of it. We haven't really been inside it. Let's pull the signal scope out and see how far away Reback is. Gabbro. Reback. Okay, you're going to be lurking for a while. That's fine. Have a good lurk. The crossroads. West 350 meters. So Rebec is over there. This. The shuttle is currently resting at the quantum moon. Okay, I have not translated this stuff before. Call the shuttle home. Activate the gravity cannon. Huh. Ship log updated. Ooh, we'd like to see that. Ooh, we just shot something out into space. Ooh. Cool. What is that? What is this? I'm in a ship that isn't my ship. That's interesting. Solanum, I am here. After watching it wander the skies for so long, I am about to stand for the first time on the quantum moon. As expected, my shuttle has landed at the moon's south pole. I will make the remainder of my journey on foot. We don't know why the quantum moon always welcomes its visitors at the South Pole, just that this is true. As a child, I considered such unknowns sinister. Now, though, I understand they bear no ill will. The universe is, and we are. I am ready. Okay. Now, what do I do with this? Apparently not that. What about the right side? Not the right side. The left side? Oh, hello. I am leaving Brittle Hollow and my ship behind. That would worry me some, but I'm an explorer. Am I going somewhere? Ooh, what just happened? Sorry, my streaming setup is a little bit convoluted at the moment. Oh, Nightster just followed. Thank you. Thank you for following. Welcome. I said welcome already, but welcome again. Oh, that's cool. It's good to know that I am not limited to crashing into the sun on my own ship. Only a small gasp this time. Let's see what we added to the ship's log. Gravity cannon. Solanum's shuttle. A Nomai named Solanum landed her shuttle at the Quantum Moon's south pole and prepared to make the rest of the journey on foot. Visitors to the Quantum Moon always arrive at the south pole for reasons unknown to the Nomai. A Nomai named Solanum landed a shuttle on the Quantum Moon. Okay. A huge cylindrical structure that generates a strong upward gravity field. I recalled a Nomai shuttle from the Quantum Moon. I noticed that I didn't say, and then I piloted it into the sun, which would be a fair criticism. What is Whitehole Station? There is a Whitehole Station on the other side of Brittle Hollow's black hole. Several Nomai returned to the station to investigate an equipment reading that appeared to violate causality. There is a white hole station on the other side of Brittle Hollow's black hole. There is the middle of space on the other side of Brittle Hollow's black hole. What are they talking about? Or at least that's what it looks like. Oh boy. The Hanging City is the only one that has this "there is more to explore here" icon. Which is why that's where I've been setting my sights lately, but I have not had much success in finding it again. Which is frustrating. Actually, come to think of it, is it Nightster IP or Nightster LP? Hey, Jen. How are you? That wasn't supposed to happen. How do you both watch stream and not spoil yourself for this game? I'm not entirely sure that you can, but you can certainly listen to my my ramblings of confusion from outside with the sound on, but the video off. How am I liking the game? I am slowly discovering more and more, which keeps things interesting. But it's still well into the bewildering for me, I think, at the moment. Ramblings of confusion is your favorite background noise. Well, good, because there are plenty of those here. Okay. What else is broken? Alright, what is still broken? Something large and red is still broken. Starboard hull damaged, okay. It's good the repairing is that easy. You know, I've never explored this side of the home planet. Maybe I'll just walk around for a little bit and see if I find anything. Hmm. Yay! Ouch. Does that red outline mean that I've hurt myself? And if so, how do I heal myself? Anyway, let's try taking off again. Okay, that's interesting. So that red line does mean that I've hurt myself. That's good to know. But I can heal myself back at the ship, which is also good to know. Sorry, I've been quiet a while, haven't I? My thinking is that I will find another place where I can see beneath the crust and remind myself what the ship's log said about the White Hole station. I'm doing great. Well, I'm glad you think so. The ship's log indicates it was Hatman. It's always Hatman. He really gets around. Hatman, for those not initiated, is one of the central characters of Return of the Obra Dinn, you might say. I don't think I give too much away by saying that. Black Hole Forge. White Hole Station. Okay, what does this say? There is a White Hole Station on the other side of Brittle Hollow's Black Hole. Several Nomai returned to the station to investigate an equipment reading that appeared to violate causality. There's a White Hole Station on the other side of Brittle Hollow's Black Hole. Maybe I need to get around the other side of the White Hole or something? I gave nothing away, especially since his name isn't really Hatman. It is in our hearts, however. Okay, so here we are on the other side of the black hole. I saw something for a second there, but I don't think it was anything we're looking for. Is this thing big enough to have any gravity? I see bits and pieces in here, but nothing that looks like a station. What about you? Are you a station? Think so, but... Oop. Crud. I can't land on it. I don't seem to be able to land on it anyway. I've sort of landed on it, but there doesn't appear to have been any point in doing so. Nothing here looks like a station. I can see like individual chunks of the planet. But nothing that looks like it might be a white hole station. That looks volcanic. I'm sure that we're not interested in that. 3 minutes of oxygen remaining. Are you a station? You are a satellite of some kind? What did I just do? Am I still inside? I am. What? Welcome to the what? I found it. If you fell through the black hole by accident, don't worry, you aren't the first. This warp tower can return you to Brittle Hollow. Every warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body. A tower's warp can only be used during the brief window when the tower is aligned with its corresponding astral body, in this case, Brittle Hollow. If you look up while the station is rotating, you can see the alignment happens when the astral body is directly overhead. You must be standing on the warp platform on the floor during this alignment to be warped. Neat. I found it. Pick up Ember Twin Projection Stone. Wrong button. Interesting. So that thing is very slowly rotating. What's up here? Okay, what's down there in the meantime? Do. Oh, it's rotating more quickly now. Zinc. Okay, so I understand what Brungo was talking about now. Return warp status charged. Step onto warp receiver platform to activate return warp. Departure time, arrival time. Interesting. Oh, and there's the spare fuel. Very nice. The hanging city, below 50 meters. Below 50 meters? It says it's below 130 meters. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Hi, Raimi and I reviewed the records you sent, Poke, and they appear to show Nomai are arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow slightly before departing from the White Hole station. Hey, Commissar, welcome. I understand it's exceedingly odd, but Clary and I have tested and retested the equipment, and the result is the same every time someone warps. The interval is incredibly minuscule, roughly 100,000th of a second. Do you suppose our instruments can't accurately measure time to such a small degree? As I've already told Raimi, these measurements can't be accurate. How can a Nomai arrive on Brittle Hollow before he or she ever stepped into the teleporter? The implications are absurd. Poke, as Pi is confident the reading is inaccurate, she's kindly helping me attempt to recreate the phenomenon at the High Energy Lab. We're designing an experiment to take more data. An update. Poke, the High Energy Lab is in the canyon on Ember Twin's equator. Come here at once. You need to see this. Ooh, okay. Haven't been to Ember Twin recently, ever since I found the guy there. I don't disagree. It would mean I've inadvertently broken several fundamental theories regarding this universe. We would have to reconsider all our beliefs about the nature of time. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. Every time I play this game, I'm like, I'm not going to make any progress today. And then I end up making, instead, a small amount of progress, which is good. I find I am enjoying myself, though I am still a fairly high level of bewildered. How are you? You're all right. Good, good. You almost related to that statement about planning to not make progress, but then you said you. Then I said I do make progress. Fair enough. But no, I mean, you do the same too. I mean, I remember you would go in pessimistic about whether you were going to get anywhere in a given stream, and then you would. You flunked out your practical driving test, but meh, you can always do it again. I flunked the writing test on the first time I took the written test, rather, the first time that I took my driving test. And it was because they were asking some question about what way you were supposed to turn the wheel when you were parking on a hill. And I, for some reason, pictured a hill that was on a one-way street, and so I got the question completely back to front. But yeah, you'll get it next time. It's are you what country are you taking it in? Forgive me, I can't for not remembering these things. Australia. Oh, okay. So they actually have a real driving test. So it's not like you took the test here in the U.S. where it's basically like drive around the block very slowly and then parallel park. Do they actually have you drive like on highways and things? Oh, the sun blew up. No, it's like that. Drive for 10 minutes, then drive for 20. I seem to... it was a long time ago that I took my driving test, but I seem to remember that it was more like drive for 3 minutes, then drive for 1. So every 20 minutes or so, the sun blows up. As Jen would say, that's not what you want. Ooh, there's a new one. The sun is going to go supernova, by the way. Oh yeah, the observatory has an exhibit about that. Between you and me, I glossed over some of the finer details. Astrophysics is really more Hornfels' domain. Me, I'm here for the rocket science and the marshmallows. You were about to say that. I know, see? Your morning wake-up alarm started going off. In the spoken section of it, your alarm calls you a cracker, so were trying to turn it off before it said that. You broke Rule 27, don't touch phone. I'll let you in on a secret. Back when I was in high school or so, I had an alarm clock with a built-in CD player, but it didn't have a buzzer. And I really kind of needed a buzzer to get me up. Like waking up to the radio or music or something wouldn't really work to get me out of bed. So what I did was I borrowed my sister's Shania Twain CD, where the first track was a, what was it called? I forget, but it began with a really loud dirt, 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 dirt. Let's go, girls. So what that trained me to do in the end was listen for the CD player spinning up and turn it off before it ever got that far and get out of bed. Let's go, girls. Exactly. Your Alarm is Drake's new album. I have heard of an alarm clock of some kind that if you hit the snooze button, it donates to a cause you really hate, which is an interesting way to find a way to be consistently compelling in getting you out of bed. You need an audio clip of me telling you, let's go. You can clip it. I don't know how that works in Twitch. I've never actually done it, but I believe that creating clips is enabled on this channel. Hey, Brunga. Let's see, what is up? We found a couple of things. I found the White Hole Station and was able to return to Brittle Hollow, though before I could do much of anything after that, the sun went supernova. And I can now talk to the guy sitting at the fire about that, though he doesn't seem to really care. So that's what happened then, the time that I was trying to get out of the cave on this planet, is the sun blew up. Which is a great excuse for not going to work, if you ask me. Oh, and I learned about a high energy lab, I believe, on Ember Twin, I believe it is. I have no idea how much it's been killing you hearing me be like, what killed me all over the game. Why does this music give you such a melancholy feeling? Probably because the sun is about to blow up, if I had to guess. Could you take a peep at my ship log? Just an overview so you know roughly what's spoilers and what isn't. Sure, let's go do that right now. That might be the funniest thing anyone has ever said to you. Well, I am proud to have said it. So here's the full zoomed out view, Commissar. Is there anything you want me to zoom in on? Sorry you're late to stream. No, it's no problem at all. I'm glad you were able to make it. White Hole Station. Oops, wrong X button. Every Nomai warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body. To use a tower, you must be standing on the warp platform during the tower's alignment with its corresponding astral body. The alignment happens when the astral body is directly overhead. The Nomai noticed something strange. Warped objects appeared to arrive at the receiver on Brittle Hollow slightly before they departed the White Hole Station. This negative time interval between an object arriving and departing was incredibly minuscule, roughly 100,000th of a second. The Nomai were skeptical if their equipment could even measure time to such a small degree. Can't wait till I redacted the redacted. I can't wait either. I think that's going to be a good time. The negative time interval measured in the White Hole Station was further investigated at the High Energy Lab in the canyon at Ember Twin's equator. Okay, let's go to Ember Twin's equator. Let's see what we can see there. You love the heart. Fair enough. All right, Ember Twins Equator is where? Or Ember Twin, rather, is where? There it is. To be fair, at times I have known what killed me, and it was falling into the sun. I imagine that was slightly killing you, too. Bronco. Oh, shit. The sun is a deadly laser. I think it's a skill issue. Somehow. I forgot the rule about when using the autopilot, make sure the sun is not between you and your destination. Okay, so the gasps aren't getting bigger. They're just randomly chosen. Can you say what's up with the gas? Sure. Go for it. They correspond to how violently I died. The huge gasp is because I suffocated, so my character is waking up gasping for breath. Yeah, that makes sense. High energy lab at Ember Twins Equator. Oops. Wrong twin. All right, let's go repair. Busted. I don't hear anything else going to zap, so... Yep, we're good. The equator of Ember Twin looks like it's kind of hollowed out. You gotta go to the store. Okay, have fun. looks like a high-energy lab. So there's a quantum fluctuation somewhere on this planet. Ooh, and there's a distress beacon somewhere on this planet. Possibly right there. Ooh, escape pod 2. Untranslated Nomai recording. We need status reports for all systems, but initial things first. Is everyone unharmed? Our escape pod's passengers are afraid, but physically well. Anona, everyone survived the crash. Physically well, Anona. Everyone survived the crash. This is a relief, at least. You have my gratitude. Burr, were you able to find the other pod's distress signals? I can hear both signals somewhere in the star system, but I don't believe that either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. Well, we know that to be true. The other one is on Brittle Hollow. Oops. Come on. There we go. Escape Pod 2. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Launching Escape Pod 3. Now launching Escape Pod 2. Collision imminent. Preparing for impact. Scanning external environment. Scan complete. External temperature is prohibitively high. Verdict inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on planet surface. Interesting. Emergency escape hatch. Keep moving, friends. There is nothing of interest at the end of this passage but rocks. And while these rocks are interesting, they can wait until a less urgent time. Do not follow this tunnel to its end. Coleus and I will examine the horror that lies at its terminus later, provided we live through this. Ooh. Okay. We have found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage that appears promising. I believe we could construct long-term shelter here. Yeah, I noticed that too. Horror. I mean, I'm interested. But there's the small matter of the sun going nova. The cavern Milore found is a wise choice for shelter. Could one of you mark directions for the others to follow? This is the start of the path to the shelter site. I've left directions to guide you there. Of note, we must hurry as the pathway there is filling with sand. Do not allow yourself to be buried by sand, and make sure no one is lost. Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank there. We cannot tell how far or deep these tunnels may wind, but do not linger as this area is exposed to the heat of this alien sun. Hey, breathable air. Refill your air supply tank and return quickly. Yes, sir. Rocks. Nameless horror. Shelter. I think. Okay, there's something. The path to the shelter site is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely. To reach the shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Continue to the room filled with rock column formations and climb upward through the opening above them. The sand here is rising, so you must be cautious but swift. To reach the shelter site, walk forward until you reach the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Okay. The sand is rising. That's a little weird. Is this where they said to go? This is a place. Be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Mallory and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't strong. Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the falling sand. Follow it and you'll reach the shelter site. What is this, a bridge for ants? There we go, I think. You're doing well. There's only a little further left to go now until you reach the shelter site. You can rest there. Hurry before the sand comes. The sand is still rising. Oops. That's the first time we've had that happen. Last thing they told me was you're almost there. Which isn't very helpful, actually. A little further left to... Oh, no. A little further left to go now until you reach the shelter site. You can rest there. Hurry before the sand comes. Okay. Okay. We found something. The sand hasn't stopped coming. Should we build the sun station to power the Ash Twin project? Are there other ways to generate this level of power? Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. I almost can't comprehend this is being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to and everything we believe in as a species. Unsurprisingly, Idea, I disagree. We're pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. If we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will without question destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of the star system. I wish to protect these species. No, not that. Shit. They told me I could rest here. It doesn't look like I can. Crunch. Only a little gasp this time. Well, I feel like we should go back there and try investigating a little faster. Wait, there's no column of sand between them now. Oh, there it is. So, have I ever been in a Turkish bathhouse before? I have not. What makes you curious? Have you eaten Turkish delight? I'm actually kind of curious about it. I have heard that you can't really get the genuine article outside of Turkey. You've had Turkish delight in Turkey. That's cool. What was it good? Was it delightful? It's fine, it's just candy. That's somewhat disappointing, actually. It's flavored with, like, rose water or something, isn't it? Which path is this? Rocks. Better than gas station candy, obviously. It probably won't blow your mind. Fair enough. Horror. Rocks. Shelter. Okay. Brungo there was campaigning for Erdogan. Does he have strong policies on candy? Wrong button. All directions ahead closely. The sandfall at the pit, then turn left. They really couldn't have shelled out for a wider flashlight on the spacesuit, huh? I do think that sometimes. Your spacesuit is made of wood. Cut them some slack. That is also true. I am slightly lost. I don't think I'm going to make it before the sand kills me. Yep, here we are again. Yeah, the problem is walk forward is a bad direction. If they had drawn an arrow instead of, say, all of these spirals, I might know which way they were talking about. Unless they want me to go up here. Ow. Oh, shit. No. Shit, this isn't good. Well, this is not going to be a good time loop. Try going forward until I got to the sand. Shut up. I think I'm pretty stuck here. Oh, there we go. Is this where I was before? Probably. Yep. Okay. Is the oxygen room around here somewhere, or did I pass that already? Yeah, I'm dead. Did I try going to GameFAQs and looking at Outer Wilds? No, I've been scrupulously avoiding that. But yeah, I'm dead. Now the path has been found, and you shall never forget it. You say that, but I am less certain. A sandfall is an impossible formation. Who are you, the possible police? Haven't got much time. The sand is coming. What is this, a sand pit for ants? Boy, I hope someone got fired for that blunder. We don't have time for this. The sand is coming. Stay away. What is this? It's incredible how I can manage to land right near something and then immediately lose track of where it is. This is how bad my sense of direction is. Whatever the right way is, I don't think this is it. Remember that time Tash got hopelessly lost immediately after landing? There we go. There's the thing I landed immediately next to. Anything to read here? Keep your wits about you. That kind of assumes that I had any to begin with. I'm sure this would be very interesting if I could get in. But I can't use the translator through the scout. So how do I get in? Wait for this to go by first. Is that a way in? I don't think so. One of those slate readers. What's the gravity on this rock? 0.7x at the moment. bridge there. Can we see what's on that ledge? No, not there. No, not there. There we go. Oh, I haven't learned how to shrink myself yet. Nope. I have not learned how to shrink myself yet. So there is some sort of a way in from... Oh. Now we're cooking with gas. Note, this door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the Whitehole station. Raimi and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong, so although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed by the path from the Sunless City. Inviting sand inside would disrupt our setup and could have enormous consequences. We realize this is an intriguing prospect, but the door must remain closed nonetheless. An update. The High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help, or even just to observe, be sure to use the Sunless City path to the lab. I'd love to, but where is that? And what is that? High Energy Lab. Okay, so we found the High Energy Lab. Naturally, there is no way to open this door. The Sunless City, 300 meters. Let's follow this blinking wire. Oh, ghost matter. Can I get close enough to read that? The Sunless City, 120 meters. Okay, so that's a no-no. Crash site cave, 60 meters. Hello, column of sand. Goodbye, column of sand. Breathable air. Hello. Ooh, hello. Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your... Oh. Interesting. So this takes us back into the tunnels that we were investigating earlier. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Let me think. Do I want... Let me make one more attempt at getting to the shelter. No, that's the horror. There we go. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. I think it may have been too late for this. Which one are you? Yeah, I think this attempt might be doomed. Hurry before the sand comes. This is amazing. Look inside the cave. How did this come to rest here? We haven't encountered others in these caves. I think this is a rare find. No, not the scout, damn it. The translator. An update. We need to find a way inside quickly, Mallory, because when I returned there to search for an entrance to the cave, there were children playing on the specimen. Oh? From what we can see, Coleus and I believe the specimen must be very old indeed. Imagine what we might learn if we could examine it. We both agree it's unlikely this dry planet is this horror's place of origin, especially considering what we observed during the vessel's evacuation. Clearly this hole is too small for it to have fit through. Hypothesis, there is another entrance to this cave. If there is, Coleus and I will find it. We can't leave valuable information undiscovered. Oh, is this the what do you call it? The anglerfish skeleton. Well, it doesn't matter, I'm dead. But we found it, the anglerfish skeleton. Its glowy thing is still glowing, though. That's interesting. Waiting for death by sand, 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 waiting for death by sand. Crap. Big old watermelon being split open. Yep, this is a regular Gallagher of a planet. I sell lamps. Yep, that's what my description says. The story behind... Are they those quack lamps that are inside a salt rock? No, they're more like the type that you associate with Aladdin and genies and such like that, I think. The story behind that, I'll tell you in a moment once I land on this and don't kill myself. for the moment I have to concentrate a little bit. Jackson. Anyway, the story behind that is that the name Tashtari comes from Quest for Glory 2, and where Tashtari is the name of the brass merchant who sells you the lamp that you then use to, well, I won't say, because you might play the game at some point and I don't want to spoiler it. But that's where the name Tashtari comes from. It's nothing terribly exciting. I just thought it sounded cool. Nerd. Takes one to know one, man. Oh, you have played it. Then you know all about Tashtari. What was damaged? The cockpit? I don't have time for this. I need to get into the cave before the sand comes. Before the sand comes. You've played every Sierra game. Ordinarily, I'd be skeptical, but that's actually a thing that a person might be able to do. Except for the ones that don't have Quest in the name. Are there any that don't have Quest in the name? What was your favorite of all of the ones that did have Quest in the name? Oh, that's true. The Leisure Suit Larry series. About the short Brungo-like man. I'm fairly sure that Brungo is 6 feet tall. King's Quest V. I don't know. I think King's Quest V is kind of a poisonous game. Got there before me. I should really turn off the HUD display of the Hanging City. I don't think that's much use to me at the moment. If it was ever any use to me. They also published Half-Life. That's true, isn't it? I actually forgot about that. That was probably in their brief but intense company buying spree that they went through. Bonk. Where am I? Sandfall, then turn left. Cautious crossing the chasm ahead. Ow. Oops, I fell into the hole. Shit, shit, shit. Okay, I'm on a ledge. Recharge boost. Ah. Shit. I am hurt. One day you will be a successful woman like Roberta Williams with a useless tag-along husband like Ken Williams. Am I supposed to come that way? No, that's the bridge. He's not useless, you're just being silly. Now where am I going to? Am I going up there? Through the dangerous doorway? Yes, I am. Be nice if there was a first aid kit somewhere around here, but I'm probably gonna die before I make it back to it. Well, we're coming up on the top of the hour. I'm going to see how far I can get and then raid out to Brungo, which will probably be quite soon. Hey, oxygen. Anglerfish Overlook District, Stepping Stone District, Energy Lab Trailhead, Eye Shrine District, this would be some kind of a teleporter, but it doesn't seem to be functioning. Let's try one of the other ones. Oh, it's lighting them up. Interesting. go over to this thing, whatever it may be. Shut up. I don't know. Teleporting seems like a reasonable expectation to expect of these people with their tractor beams and their instant Aztec City whatevers that they have. That looks like ghost matter. Wait a second, I've been here before, haven't I? All right. Well, it is now 20 o'clock, and it is about time for me to end stream. I thank you all for joining me, and if you like Outer Wilds and you've enjoyed the stream, there will certainly be a lot more of it, because I don't feel like I'm anywhere near complete. Give me 1 second to put up my fancy-ass ending screen. There we go. And, yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you probably within the next couple of days at the same time. 5 o'clock Mountain Time, same Tash channel. Goodbye, cow jumping over Tashtari.